All right, so let me start the timer, and I'm just going to figure out how this works. So I already set up a folder with your forms in it, and I figure we could just go over again what you'd like to do. So I'll
Sure.
open up your version of it first. Let's see, where did I put this? Live design. This isn't it. Commissions. And this is your file, I believe. We'll just open it or we'll place it. No, I don't have Helvetica New installed. So there's your form. This is your
Right.
modified one. And
Yep.
why don't you walk me through, and I'll highlight areas and make notes as we go.
So what I want to do, let me see. Let me pull up my email that I sent. Okay, so here's what I've done so far with this. It's switched so that it fits on half a sheet of legal paper. I'm the guy who's been trying to make that work.
Uh-huh.
That caused some weird artifacts up in what the size of the bubbles are, which needs addressing, but I can diddle around with that myself.
Okay.
The original version of this form, if you print it at that size, the fonts aren't the right size in the Thursday, Friday, and theme thing, and so I've been making those a little larger. You can see that in the Monday section.
The Mondays, like where I have this highlighted right now.
Yeah, those are fixed size-wise, right? The Monday and theme there are readable, whereas if I just scale everything down, then I get something closer to what Saturday and Sunday look like. The two big changes that I'm looking at are, first is the numbers, which are underneath each individual day. Those correspond to what the ETP tasks are, right? The ability to being able to accomplish 3 goals in a day.
Okay.
So that's the first thing that I really want to do with that. And the other one is I've added in a section above this week's big 3 most persnickety tasks. And that's the stuff there is for long-term or longer-term objectives that you can't get done in a week, but you want to be able to make progress against. It's kind of like, learning a new skill or something that takes a long time to be able to get good at, but, you have to be able to make small incremental achievements every week in order to continue working there.
Right.
So that's really what I'm after, being able to get all those into place, have a weekly planning sheet that I can then go and, make sure that I've made progress against all the stuff that I have to do.
Okay. So you have basically everything on the sheet that you already want. Is there anything missing that we need to add from? You mentioned something about taking something from the ETP and sticking it there. Is that what this section is here?
The ETP is part of it is that those big 3 tasks,
right?
Because I find that sometimes even 3 tasks over a week can be a challenge.
Yeah.
And the other part of the ETP is the 1, 2, 3 underneath the Monday.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And those are essentially what corresponds to the ETP, 3 tasks for today.
Right.
I don't think there's other things that I'm missing. It might be nice to have notes for the 4 long-term tasks section, or life-affirming tasks for the week, but
okay.
I don't know how you fit all that into a 1 sheet of paper challenge.
So I printed out your copy 1-to-1 so I could get a sense of it. Pretty much a challenge. So I guess what we're doing is we're going to resize the text. Well, we'll start with resizing the text under the Monday section, then we're going to duplicate that throughout the rest of it.
Yeah.
So, right, it looks like you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you resize it. Thursday through Sunday, you haven't resized yet. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, let's just start with that and see where we go. And feel free to talk.
Well, I also wanted to make the like the numbers under Monday, the 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Make those more. They like the reason why they're green with circles is because that's just how I've been doing it in my notebook. But it would be nice to have it more coherent with the rest of the page, or you know, look more aligned with how the rest of the page looks.
Okay, so this kind of rounded rectangle look, maybe. Let's start with that. That's like an easy thing to try. I'm going to group this a whole bunch of times. What font is this? This is...
That's whatever I had in my font box.
Bitstream Verisans Mono. Okay. Are you familiar with Illustrator at all?
Only to the extent that I've tinkered with it, a very little bit.
Right. If you like a solid background?
Sure.
All right. So here's a big trick in Illustrator. Using the rounded rectangle style, because you can resize everything afterwards. I used to draw them by hand all the time, and it's a big pain in the butt. This is much easier. I think I just screwed it up, though. Oh, it's in inches. Let's change it to points. There. So let's try swapping that out. The background. Let's center this. That's the best way to do this. What I'm going to do is any of this coming through on the screen?
Yeah, oh yeah, I can see the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
And did you just do that by hand?
Do what?
Like doing the centering? Oh no, I guess you used the...
well, I have my arrow keys set up to a very fine nudging, so I'm basically using the arrow keys to move things around. I also just changed the style for this to the centered paragraph style. So if I had this ungrouped, I could select both of these things, then I can use the alignment tool here, and you align it that way. But it's aligning based on the center of the entire font height, which isn't optically the same. So you can see this bounding box around it.
Right.
I actually did move it down a little bit, so I'm nudging that by hand. So once I have that in place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to group that and get rid of these. In fact, we're going to duplicate these later, so I'll just, how is this set up? I'll just get rid of these for now, because we're just going to copy that first one again, right? Do you want these all numbered the same, or just the first 3?
Just the first 3, because it's, if I can accomplish 3 tasks, I'm doing well.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll do this, and we'll group it with this. Let's change this line style first. You can see there's a little bit of schmutz here at the end.
Yeah.
I'm just going to... what I usually do is I set a stroke. This is half a point wide. It's a light gray. Does it print well in your printer, or do you find that it kind of fuzzes out?
It prints pretty well.
Okay, so we won't worry about it then. So I'm changing it to make the width the same here, just so it... I just like the style better. I guess if you're getting a design session from me, you're going to have to put up with the way we're going to format everything.
Oh, that's fine. I think that's...
Align that just like that. We'll zoom in. It's close enough. No, it could be better.
Oh, I see. Cool.
So I'm just making it just right. Why is my increment so big? Yeah, so many things wrong with Illustrator. Although I promise I won't complain about it. I just like complaining about Illustrator. Complain. Now there's a break here. Is this this is just to...
That was in the original design, and I kept it there because I thought, sure.
Okay, do you want...
It separates...
So you have 2 sides then. That's fine?
Yeah.
That's good with you?
That's fine.
All right, so let me just take this out and do it. Let me move this over here. Oops, I just moved everything over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this into 2 lines. Just because. I guess just because. And what did I do here? Move that over. Close enough. So there's one there. And let's draw another line. Let's get to this edge here. That just makes it easier to group. So now we got this. That's our unit there. And I'm going to duplicate it twice. And these we'll get rid of also. And we're going to, actually I guess we'll just duplicate this. How many did I have there before? 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's distribute these. And then we can get rid of these because we don't need those. And let's just change these to 2 and 3. Okay, so we have that now. Now, is this text too small for you? That's 4.6 point.
It's right at the edge of readability, but it's not. It's not.
Let's see what we can do. You might not need all of these. All of these. Why is the spacing on this wonky too? It's optical. That looks all right. Oh, it's stretched. That's terrible.
Okay. Yes, it's stretched because when I resized the form, that's what happened.
Right. Okay. Stretch type.
All the text got stretched.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
You want to change this text to anything that's Warren style? We're here. We can do it.
No, that's fine.
All right. Okay. You need these instructions here at the end?
No.
Okay, good. Now we have space. I'm tempted to make this all caps just because it'll look. There's a little awkward space between the bottom edge of this, the top of the text.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am going to review it down the corner. I'm not going to change any colors. Out of curiosity, are you seeing yourself reflected in the video?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
That's weird. So you're on the upper right corner now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. There's a character style we can use. Let's just make that all caps. All right. Yeah. Let me save this as a new revision before I forget. Which is this? Is a 7B. It's on the DRO1. This is the PDF file.
It was, yeah.
Let me save this as an Illustrator file for now. You're using Illustrator CS3?
Yeah.
Okay, I wonder if I have that option. I think I need to export that later, but let me just save this as 6 right now. I won't worry about. Oh, maybe I can do this. Yeah, that should work. Yeah. No. Legacy format. Okay. All right. All right. A little bit. There's this little edge there. I'm wondering if I should move this up. It's probably all right. Hey, I'm tempted to make this flush with the top of this. See what I'm talking about? Let's see what happens.
Right.
And so now I have to reduplicate everything again. So 1, 2, there's 6 of them. It's easier to duplicate it. But now it doesn't look balanced. So I kind of want to move this down. Maybe I just need to flush out of the bottom and move this down so it matches. That's pretty close. That's close enough. And now this edge, maybe we need to bring this in. So now looking at the space between the top of this and this side here, and I don't like how similar they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
Move it in.
Yeah, just so it feels a little tighter. I'm going to group this for convenience. Into sort of eyeballing it here. That's not so bad. This is where the point when I got. Is the quarter pixel too much or not?
Right.
And are these the same width? Let's see. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to measure the width of that, and I'm going to then divide this by 2 to see if it's exactly the same. So that's that. And let's see, the gap there was probably, let's take another 2 points off of this. The one nice thing is you can do math in these width things.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh? That's a big lifesaver, because Illustrator is like alignment commands kind of suck. So you had to do a lot of like math calculations just to make sure everything is right. So there's that, and let me go align this to the edge here, which is there, and did I just screw this up? And let's bring that in to match that edge. Close enough. Do this whole thing over. Nudge, nudge, nudge. How fast is the update over there? Yeah.
It's very fast.
Really? That's great.
Yeah.
But you probably have like wicked fast internet. All right. So now here's a new.
In the morning,
Oh yeah, there's no one on, right? So
yeah, exactly.
So now I'm looking at this space between the number and the side there, and now this space is too big. I want them to match that, because like the kind of visual consistency is hot. So let's move this 1, 2, or let's move it 1 that way, and let's move it 1 this way. Move that closer. It's pretty close. And yeah, I might as well just move this over a little bit. Let's look up halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. You know, those kind of repeating things tend to be pleasing. So let me fix that. Oops, what happened here? Oh, the spacing changed. Might be spending too much time on this. So, all right, we'll call that. That's probably good enough. Move this thing back over here, and we'll duplicate this. Is this interesting, or is it dragging?
No, it's helpful. It's helpful to see the steps that you take.
If you have any questions, just ask. I'm having some trouble aligning this because of the stupid snap to point. Yeah, we don't need that. It's still snapping. What? All right, good enough. All right, so there's our clean master. We're going to be using that a lot. Setting up once. Now, what I could do is I could turn this into a symbol. But that has its own set of problems. So we're going to need 6 of these, right? 2, 3,
Yep.
5, 6. Let's see. Sort of judging like how much space I want at the bottom there. Do that. Let's use our align tool here. It's cheaper spacing. It's approximately what you had before.
Yep, that looks pretty good.
Yep. Okay, so let's get rid of these suckers. And let's fix this part. So everything, this text is fine. This is all right.
I think so.
Okay, let me just align that so it matches the top of the Monday. This looks like it could be moved up a little bit. Change this text here to 3. How does that look? Looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks good.
All right, so we're going to replace all of these things down here then.
Yeah.
So boom. Oops, are these cross-grouped? Yep. Boom, boom. Is there anything special about these other than the color?
Just the color's different.
Just save that there so I can color pick it later. And, oops. Get rid of these. How far does this go? I'll leave the bottom, that's just about, plus a little bit. So, getting a little bit of mouse lag on this. It's not too bad though. Oops. Alright. Let's group all of this. Boom. Is that an extra thing here? I need that. Let's double check. There's no extraneous elements. All these labels here are fine. Create, converse, happy, family, health.
Yeah, I think so. I still have to think a little bit about those, but I haven't come up with what I want to put in them.
Okay. Alright, so let's just move these suckers down. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Uh-oh, these too big. I just gotta fit. Oh, they're too big. This is bigger. Because we add the extra one. Oh, did I put 7 in? No, wait, that's for 1, 2, 4.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, there should be that many. It's possible I made the all the buttons on one side larger.
Oh, you know what it might be? It might be that we don't need these. There's that.
I have to step away for just a sec, and I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, no problem. I can get rid of this. And these are no longer square, are they? That's alright. Monday, Tuesday. I put extra one in there by accident.
Okay.
I think I had an extra one of these in here. Put 7 instead of 6. Gives it a little more room to write. Just align this at the bottom of this. And let me redistribute that. That should be alright. Let me regroup this. Boom. See how tight we can get this. 2, 3. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Bingo.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. We've done that much. And let me redistribute these with our handy distribute function. How do I feel about that? Let me get rid of these extra instructions here. Does this still look okay? Let's see how we live with it. Let's change these dates. Tuesday. Wednesday. Good, that fits. Thursday. Friday. And then we'll copy these over to here. That's still a little tight down there.
Let's say.
That's probably alright. This part probably gets clipped by your printer anyway.
No, actually, well, okay, on this printout it worked.
Now, are you shrinking to fit?
I don't think so. I don't know for sure.
Yeah. These are like quarter-inch margins, which, like, on most printers, that's like kind of the safe frame. I'm being kind of conservative with it.
Yeah.
But some printers will print like up to maybe like around like in the middle of these two lines.
Right.
But a lot of them, no, this isn't even a lot of them will just kind of cut it off. They probably won't print that bottom part. But it's just there just so when you look at it, I guess. All right, so let's change these colors. I have this set up as a global color, so I think I could just change it. Oh, I do actually need my color palette. So let's see. Let's change the fill to, I think it's this. And I'm going to copy this color over here. Same with this. I think this is that color. And it goes there. Looks about right. Comparing it to the side here.
Yep.
Okay. Is that the same color?
It looks lighter. Could be the background.
Yeah, it's a little bit desaturated. So this is like, what color is this? This is an RGB color. Oh, this is okay. Oh, I'm using the wrong one. It's this one. That's that color. That's better. All right. Put that out of the way. And the same thing with this one up here. So these strokes should be... I'm not seeing both of them. That. And, oh, there's this color too. Right. Let me do all the strokes first. I'm not sure why it's not picking up the same one. This one too. And let's do the fills. Okay, so that looks about right. Is there anything weird about this I'm missing? Nope. Okay. So let me save this. Let me save the revision in case something goes terribly wrong. Alright, so what should we do next?
Let's do this top 4 life-affirming tasks for the week.
Okay. So we can like mirror the style from this over here. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Okay. Or what did you have in mind?
Well, I want to make those are the long-term, more important things, right?
Yeah.
That are easy to forget about
Yep.
when you're in the chaos of a day. So I want them to be special somehow, right? To stand out from the rest of the page.
Special. What could make it special? Let's see. What's a good thing to do for that? No.
Because in the long run, the important ones.
Mm-hmm. So these are kind of like master goals. These are like your overarching, like, so from week to week to week.
Yeah, from week to week to week, they're the things that I want to make sure I spend some time with, but in the chaos of a week, I wouldn't immediately, think to go do those.
Right. Do they need to be? Do they need to be timed, or do they just need to be a reminder?
They need to be timed because you want to make sure you spend some small amount of time every day or two doing stuff. It's like remembering to go learn play chords on the guitar, or spend 15 minutes drawing every day, that kind of thing.
Right. So what's something that feels what's something special to you that might give me an idea about how to treat this?
I don't know, like in terms of the visual thing, or just special generally.
In general. Like I'll try to think of something, the visual equivalent of that. What's something that stands out to you? What's important to you? Do you have like some principles that you've lived your life by, that has done you well? Is there a favorite saying that you have? Some poignant memory?
I think the biggest thing I would say is, if you're going to do something, do it well. Strive for excellence, that kind of thing. Because that has served me well, for sure.
Right. Okay. So how do you turn excellence into bubbles and lines?
Yes, exactly.
Well, we do have position there. We could treat it. We could give it like a bigger title. That's kind of like the. Man, that's 9 point now. We could make it 12 point. It makes it just a little bit bigger. We could also make these a little bit stronger. These are half a point now. It's just so they have a little bit more visual weight. You know, that'll
Yeah.
sort of jump out on the page a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we could keep these colors, and we could turn these into like, you know, use maybe a more monochrome scheme. Instead of using the green on these, what we could do is we could pick up this color, which is, I guess, this 100%. And so you would end up with more of a, you know, this might not be as exciting looking, but maybe these can be de-emphasized. So then you have more contrast between this and this, or brighter colors up here.
Yeah.
These could be
Would a
bold.
background work? Like putting it in some kind of container?
Oh, that's an idea. Okay, let's try that. Let me undo all these things. Let's move this stuff down. Make it all bit. Group this. Group. Move this out of the way. Okay, so I might have to shrink these things then. Let's see what it looks like. Hide these guides. And let me make
How do you add the guides in? Or show the guides?
there's a shortcut for it, but you can also go to View. Oops. View, Guides, Show Guides. So the shortcut is Control semicolon.
Okay.
So I'm just that's all I'm doing.
Okay.
And to lock them is Control Alt. So I made a new layer here. This BG. We'll call this base design. Let's lock back so I don't speed it up. Let's take a look at see what this looks like. What will probably happen. What I usually don't like to do is put background color on anything you need to write on.
Yeah.
Because depending on the printer you're using, it could get kind of waxy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but what kind of printer are you using?
I have an inkjet printer at home. I tend to print these at work on a color laser printer.
Okay. That's not so bad looking. Let's drop this all down. Oh, you were onto something here. No, I didn't group it. Crap. Group. Okay, what happened? Is it group? Is it group? Oh, is this an instance? No, this can't be an instance. That wouldn't have worked on. All right. Group. Oh, I hid the selected thing. All right, so let me move this down. Let me unlock that background again. The rest of these guides. I'll leave that one there. So that's what it looks like in the background. Let me match this rounded rectangle. What is that? That's like 3-4 points. I hope I select this one. Wow, what is that? Is that 6 points?
That's from the original
Yeah.
original form.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. 8 points? Just want to match them. That's 6, I think. Or maybe 5. Well, I could redraw that. It might be a little squat.
Oh,
wow. I think it's probably horizontally squished. That's like
that could be because I stretched it out.
Maybe. Yeah, if you didn't when you scaled it, if you didn't hold down the shift key to constrain it, will happen is it will slightly squish. In fact, this all looks a little squished.
It probably is.
Yeah, you can see here under the horizontal scale, it's stretched to 105%, which is, I think,
Right.
borderline okay, but it's the sort of thing that um,
Well, I didn't know about that texts like that field, and so I went back and replaced a bunch of the text in order to stop it from looking like that because it looked weird.
yeah. So some of these things, like these corners here, these are drawn corners using the rounded rectangle tool, so these will scale too. I think it's close enough so it's not an issue, but we'll just clean these up while I'm in here. No, that's okay. It looks like you replaced those already.
Yeah, I did those.
Leave that alone for now. Yeah. You can't leave it alone. Oh! Looks like that's locked. Now I'll fix that later. Anyway, so here's a background. What I could do is I could put another field on top of it that's white. Well, how is this?
How would that look? What would that?
So what it will do, it will just sort of like carve out a place for this to look.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Like
that would work well.
So you could do something like that.
Yeah.
And like let me just like so I could like leave enough room for you to write in. And I could round these corners too so they look nice. Oh, I'm using the wrong stuff. Okay, so, and that's probably 2 points maybe. Let's see what this looks like. 2 points. It's close enough. And I need to actually add to outside also. What's the thickness of this? This is 0.75, so I'm going to match the stroke. So then that will line up correctly on the edge there.
Right.
Oops. Just making everything line up. So there's that side, and then this side. I guess what I could do is I could bring this in slightly. See, that space is like I could probably compress.
Yeah, when I was doing that, it compressed the bubbles.
Yeah.
Was the issue I ran into.
Yeah. One thing you want to do for that is I'm using this selection tool.
Yeah.
So the direct selection tool, what that does is allow you to grab part of something. So if you grab this and then just move it like this, it'll scale everything.
Right.
But if you just grab like this, so what I'm doing is I'm grabbing all the points. So
Oh, I see.
So these are selected, but the ones over here are not.
Right.
So then if I move these points as a group, it doesn't affect this side, doesn't move any of the relationship stuff. So that's the direct selection tool over here.
Okay.
That's
helpful.
Yeah, I use that a lot. So I'm moving these in, and then I'm going to also move this in. And it's a tricky selection with these rounded rectangles because of the these kind of rounded rectangles are tricky because you had to grab the corners. If you blow it, you'll end up stretching it like that or something.
Right.
Which is why using the effect that applies around the rectangles is better. It's because you don't have to worry about grabbing corners. You just grab the edge and you can move it in.
Right.
And so what's that? There's like a little dingus there. So now I'm going to duplicate that. And oops, I move that side. So I don't have to, if I'm just moving this edge, now I don't have to worry about the corner issue. So, copy of that, move that in, and I wanted to make sure that this cut was on white right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so, what do you think of that? Does that look alright
Yeah,
to
I think
you?
that looks good. Yep.
You have maybe a different background color? Oops. It could
Like
be,
a blue or a green or something?
could be like,
There you go. Perfect.
Alright, so let's lighten that up a little bit. Let me make this, let me apply this color. So, you see these little white corners here? That
Yep.
means these are global colors. So that means I can, if I change one of them, then everywhere else I use it, it'll change. I think these green colors might have to change to be that orange color, just so this doesn't have this weird clashing thing going on. So I'll
Yeah,
set
yeah, yeah.
these.
That makes sense.
And we might even make the stroke color the same. Let's see what it looks like. So I use this, and let's make that 100%. Okay, it's starting to feel important to me.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
let's do this. And let's see. Bing. It's a little weird looking. It doesn't cut down there, right? Maybe it doesn't need to be this tall. Or we could like actually drop it down past it, so it catches a little bit of it.
Or the little bulbs need to be moved up a little bit.
Hmm.
The bubbles.
Let's try that.
That might work.
Okay. I'm just doing a bunch of ungrouping, so we can grab these. Boink. Yeah, so like if it looks centered inside of it, maybe that would be the thing. Let's just see what it looks like. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
I wonder if this edge here needs to go up all the way now.
Yeah. On both sides?
Yeah, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think it looked better.
Yeah. So this, what is this like? What is with this? No, this is using the wrong. Right. Dash. There we go. That looks better. Let's extend this to wherever it is. So I'm going to extend that line there. Is that even the same height? I guess we get our guides back. So it should be there. Good. No, looks like I aligned with the right thing anyway. Okay, that's good. All right. So does that feel special enough to you? Maybe.
I think so. I think that looks good.
Okay. I think we'll try this with like a slightly thicker, just to match that bottom. So that's 0.5. Let's make that 0.75. So there's a more uniformity to it.
Right?
What do you think? Is it too much?
No, I
This-
think it gives it weight, which I think is what these should have.
Okay. Right. So then I think these numbers probably need to change to, this is going to still be red, or we can make them, that color. And we can make them bolder.
Wouldn't they match the bold color of in that, like the title there for life affirming task for the week?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that would be a good. Let's match it with this bright red.
Yeah.
Which is that color? Yeah, it looks like it's that color. Look at these guides. Okay, so let's get rid of these. And let's grab this. It's going to be a tricky selection. We group that, so it's going to move that white background to become part of this item. Good. And let's eyeball this into place. Here's my reference point of that. It's just right around. So position the top and the bottom one, and then the word distribution magic. Make sure everything's aligned correctly. This task description. Do we really need that anymore? Or do you already know what it is?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Boink. And let's move these all down.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. I think this needs to be a little bigger. Don't make me happy, because these are important.
Yes.
Bigger still? How big can we get these before everything goes crazy? We can go multi-line too. So looking here, so using the visual hierarchy stuff, I mean, these are pretty big labels here. I would say that these probably should be at least the same size as these.
Yeah.
Or
how large is the Monday type?
This is 8-point Myriad Pro Bold, and this is 12. Why does this think this is 12-point? Oh, it's okay. This is the legacy issue. There's an issue with the Illustrator where if you import an old file, it has difficulty remembering what sizes things actually are. It doesn't reflect them accurately. Yes. This is kind of a pain in the butt.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Or is this condensed? That must. This. Oh, okay. That's bold condensed. Why is it not the same size? It thinks this is 12-point, but it's not. Or no, wait, it is. Actually, it is. Yes. Oops. I just want to make it bigger. I think I want to resize it because the condensed seems to have like a little bit less. Oh, because I'm looking at this overall surround too. That's this plus the surround here creates like a bigger impression than this. So this to the stand-up weight, we need to actually make this a bit bigger. I think this needs to be. This color combination is bugging me. Let's try. That seems more alarming. So 4 life-affirming tasks for the week that pay off in the long run. Let's move these up. Let's try to get that balanced. This looks like it got munged a bit. Should I redraw it? I should redraw it. That's our friend the polygon tool. Hello, polygon tool. Let's change the number of sides. So we got rotated, it looks like.
I thought it was a glyph. It wasn't. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter.
It was something I drew by hand.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so there's a new triangle. Let's make it match the width of that. Whoa! Trying to make it match the aspect ratio of these a little bit.
Right. That looks good. I like that.
Yeah. That's that. All right. Does that feel important enough to you?
I think so.
All right. Let's stay with that. And I'm going to bring that in some more. Just to match this. It seems a little bit tight at the edge there. So grab those. Using my direct selection tool again. Wait. It's a little better. That feels pretty good.
That looks good.
All right, so we got that out of the way. What else? It seems tight to me too. These are the next things. Are these fine by themselves, or do these need?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And what's going on down here?
That was it was just basically notes and more to-do list stuff.
So did you want this blank, or did you want these to go all the way up?
No, they would go all the way up.
Okay.
They should match the ones which are under Monday, Tuesday. I think they use a different point or a different line.
They're a little different. Do you like this thing on the end here with a little... there's like a little section at the end. Is that useful to you? Or do we...
I don't think I've used it a lot. No, I never have used those.
Okay. So we'll just copy these. How about the double indents?
Yeah, that's fine. I like the double indents because it reminds me that they're subtasks.
Yep. Good. You're the first person who actually who's actually said they use those, or at least understand their why they exist.
Oh, well, I used the emergent task timer for a few weeks, and they were super helpful, those things.
Oh, cool. Glad to hear it. Okay, let's grab this. So I'm gonna. So these are all grouped, right? So when I see the direct selection tools, I can actually grab a subset of these things. I can copy that, and then I can paste it in place, and that creates like a new object.
Right.
So I'm going to go here. I'm going to paste that in there, and we'll line to this edge here. The thing that's making all these the smart guys are producing all those like alignment graphics.
Yep.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Let's make that over there. Now let's duplicate this.
Excuse me, sir. Can I do the vacuum?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
What's the distance between that? It's roughly that to that. Let's see many more. How does that look to you?
That looks good.
Should be a little taller. It's a little bit short on the other one.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do that. Let's add one more dot. Maybe one more. Looks about right.
Yeah, that looks fine.
All right, so let's see. Now I want to match this distance too, I think, between here. So we have that pleasing repetition. So I make a little maybe a little shim here. And
yeah, I saw you do that in the demo video, and I thought, oh, well, that's a neat trick.
Yep. Anything to do to get to work right. So the cool thing is, like, now I'm getting rid of these suckers. So what I'm hoping, and sometimes Illustrator doesn't cooperate with this, is I can use that to figure out where the alignment is, and then once I drop that, I can then duplicate it. The exact distance. So this should match this, and if I was going to be really anal with it, I could like match this to that.
Right.
But that looks alright to me. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Maybe it's a little bit tight between these. Maybe we should match the spaces here. Are these different now? Let's just double check. So the distance between here and here is it the same as the distance between there and there? It is! Shocking.
Well, that worked out.
Yeah. I was expecting that to happen. I thought I was off. It's probably this background that's like creating this optical difference.
Yeah, you're right. It does look that way.
Yeah. I want to give it a little bit more space because it seems a little cramped. What do you think? But the space between like this our life affirming tasks and this most distinctive tasks seems a little tight.
I agree. I think that above the Thursday and the line above it is a little bit tight as well.
Above the Thursday. Yep. Okay.
The Blue Thursday, yeah.
Let's take out one of these, and let's give this a little bit more room to breathe. It'll be nice to give this top thing its own space. And oh yeah, so we can match this to that. That'll be good. Keep these together so I don't screw them up. Grouped. Get these so I can see. And there we go. So that matches that. That is very pleasing. Well, we didn't really grab a whole. We didn't seem to make a whole lot of space back. Let's see. I guess we can move this. Oops. I guess we can move this up again. So what I'm looking to do is this space up here. Can you see my cursor?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, and then the space down here. I like how this line is aligning with this line.
Yeah.
And so what can we do? Or do we live with it? What do you think? Do we live with it?
I would probably leave it.
All right.
That looks good.
This is like, did you change
I have
this?
another quick question. What's
Did
that?
you change this, or was it like this in the original? This arrow pointing.
I think it was like that in the original.
So this one was like this, and that one was like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I have another question for you.
Sure.
The little squares that are used by here in Create, Converse, Happy, Family, Health, that stuff,
Yeah.
are they squished? They
do look
flatter.
This one looks squished versus this. They're a little bit wide.
Yeah.
This one
How do
isn't.
I fix that?
I
I might fix those two.
Probably the easiest thing is just to like bring them in again. Because otherwise you have to touch everything and do all the scaling, and all this numerical imprecision is probably piling up. So I'll just open up the original, and so there's the original one. Just grab this whole thing and switch back. Let's paste that sucker in. So what we'll do is we'll just squeeze that back in. And then we had to redo all these. That does okay.
Well, that's something that I can figure out how to do, so
okay,
that's not a problem.
Let me just put this off to the side for you then, so it's there for you.
Yeah.
And let me see. Let's clean up. Do some cleanup. We don't need these. We don't need these. We don't need that. That's there for you. I don't know. So I guess that's it. Okay.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. Cool. This looks a little awkward to me here, but I won't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, alright. Okay. Let's see. Why does that look so tight at the top? Alright. Let me just mess with this a little bit. That was skewed too. Direct select. Just want to give it a little bit more room to breathe. It feels a little bit better. Or does it? Okay, that's alright. Alright, let me save this. Now let me save this also as a Illustrator file in the version CS3, unless this is about to crash on me. Nope. So save as I'll call this Dave Mod Joe 2.
Sure.
save that, and I will try to save this as Illustrator CS3, PDF compatible file, compression. So hopefully this will load into your version of Illustrator. If not, we'll have to figure something out.
Sure.
All right, Andy.
Okay.
How'd that go?
That was